global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. The much awaited verdict is out. I'm talking about the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has decided to speak up. Of course, the Martin Amaewhule group and of course the Wike group seem to be reacting. And of course, another news you're going to also get to hear. Fubara is not sleeping at all. He's revoking everything that Wike had done in 8 years of reign. I guess this is time for him to plant his own structure. My colleague is in the house. But before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button beside it. Use the bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Now, a federal high court in Port Harcourt has dismissed a petition from Martin Amaewhule aimed at reassigning a case against him and the 24 others for defecting from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). Report has it that Justice Stephen Deliop Pam rejected the petition on Monday, noting that it was not served to the plaintiffs. Now, Amaewhule petitions addressed to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court sought to halt proceedings and move the case to another court, arguing that other interested parties were not allowed to join the suit. Now, however, plaintiffs' counsel Ruben Wanogo argued that the petition was an attempt to derail the proceedings and urged the court to dismiss it. Wanogo stated, and I quote him word for word, said, "If your lordship bows to this letter, then you have allowed the litigants to determine pending applications before the court, even before they are heard. The application is a slap to the temple of justice." The PDP's national legal advisor, Adeyemi Ajibade, also criticized the petition, calling it ill-intentioned and asserting there was no intent to exclude anyone from the suit. Ferdinand Obi, counsel for the first to 25th defendant, claimed no knowledge of the petition from his client, but suggested the court should consider it if addressed to the chief judge. Justice Pam noted that the petition was not served on the plaintiffs and there was no motion or counter affidavit in court. Consequently, he dismissed the petition and adjourned the case to June 28 for the hearing of pending motions. These are the words of the judge. But of course, let's find out what Fubara is doing that is bringing a lot of tension. Now, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reversed the decision to revoke a property owned by the former military Governor General Anthony Stephen Oko. Now, the property located at plot 319, that's 319 GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt, had been assigned to Ogi Place Le Meridian Hotels Limited. Now, the previous administration, led by Nyesom Wike, revoked the property on December 29, 2022, claiming it was needed for government use. However, Governor Fubara has deemed this action erroneous and has cancelled the revocation. In an official statement published in the newspaper cited, Governor Fubara cited his authority under Section 28, Subsection 5, Subsection A-B of the Land Use Act, Cap L5, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to reverse the previous decision. The publication reads in part, and I quote, "In exercise of powers conferred on me by Section 28, Subsection 5A-B of the Land Use Act, Cap L5, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, all other powers enabling me in that behalf, I, Siminalayi Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State of Nigeria, hereby withdraw and cancel the revocation of the aforementioned property. Background of the property in question was initially granted to General Anthony Oko by a certificate of occupancy on July 20, 1998, and later transferred to Ogi Place Hotel Limited through a deed of assignment on August 3, 2001. The revocation by Wike's administration was formalized in an official gazette of Rivers State on December 29, 2022. Now, Governor Fubara's decision to cancel the revocation reinstates the right of General Oko and Ogoyi Place Hotel Limited over the property, effectively nullifying the actions taken by the previous administration. My colleagues in the house, you've heard it all. What's your take?
Well, first of all, the level of high-handedness and lawlessness in Nigeria is getting to a climax that, if not checked And this time around, I don't even know who the people that are going to check this thing, but I must confess that if it's not being checked, Nigeria may be heading for anarchy, maybe heading for a situation, or heading to a point where it will not be recoverable. Now imagine, because you have issues with people, the next thing is you start creating laws. You start revoking their properties and all of that. This is pointing to a very bleak future ahead of us. And that is why you see so many people, even now, how do they call them? These guys in charge, multinationals, apart from multinationals, those who are fully in charge of property businesses in Nigeria, they are really questioning the actions of the Lagos state government. Now, they have released another list of people. They say the environmental breach and all of that, they are going to go in again for another demolition in more than 4 areas. Sango, Tedo, Isolo, mention Lekki, Ikoyi, and all of that. And they will be giving you reasons. And the big question is, why is it that the former government did not take cognizance of that? And the amazing side of it is that some of the owners of these properties, they have certificate of occupancy, which means immediately I come on board, I do not respect whatever the other guy does. Which means, as we are talking right now, if peradventure anything happen, that Fubara is not in position again, and some of the miscreants who are carrying Wike on their head successfully kick him out of that position, kick Fubara out of that position, you'll be shocked that the new person that will come on board, since he will be a remote control in the hand of the so-called number one man in Rivers State politics, they will use that person and re-invoke again those properties. Fairly recently, this same Fubara had got given back, I think, Obinigbe, their own community land, which was a market, which, according to the information made available, that market space was being taken over by Wike for public use. He said it was actually for public, only for them to see a shopping mall being built, which is for private use. Wow. They had to take it away from, they had to revoke everything, and they gave the land back to the community. I mean, these things are happening every day. And the big question is, what's the future of Nigeria? No respect for constituted authority again. This person will come, will bring this thing, manipulate things up and down. As far as you are his enemy, they will make sure that they pocket you. And the shocking aspect of this whole thing, wahala that is going on in Rivers State, is the ignorance of the youths. Now, if you check out some of the videos that have been trending now, you will see that these guys use money to buy the minds of the youth. You see the youth gallivanting everywhere, chanting people's name and all of that. They forget that if this thing, one day, it will become your own turn. This same sledgehammer that is hanging, this high-handedness that is being seen everywhere, one day, it will become your turn or your family's turn, and you watch in your naked eye how things will be stripped from. Why don't we go the pathway of righteousness? That's the big question I keep asking. Now look at what these guys are trying to do there in High Court. If not for the immediate intervention of the lawyer who is defending the plaintiff, I wonder what would have happened. All what they want to do is to stylishly rush things and all of that. These guys, they need to break them. If you don't break this high-handedness and they start setting precedents that is recognized by the law, I'm sorry, that other people will start adopting it and start using it against the democracy of Nigeria. We must be on the watch for this level of high-handedness.
All right, that's where we're going to wrap this up. We could go on and on. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Do have a nice time. Let's interact. God bless.
Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.